Greetings, Mario Party 7 is my personal second favorite Mario Party, but to say it didn't have problems is wrong. But what are these problems and how could they be fixed? And anyways, let's start with the item system, which has a major problem of giving a tier list to the characters, which is a massive no-no in Mario Party. For example, Yoshi and Birdos and Peach and Daisies are the best, allowing for a lot of money, or to steal items like Pink Boos or Piranha Plants, while Wario and Waluigi's ones are apparently useless, things seem like, because it's not timeable. Mario and Luigi's is okay, and Dry Bones and Boos is also okay, and Toads and Toadettes is good. While the item system without the tier list BS is fantastic and probably the best item system, the tier list BX makes it hard to justify, and so to fix this is rather obvious. Just make them buyable for all players, because they're cool items and I don't want them gone, but there shouldn't be character specific items in Mario Party, in my opinion, and instead, all the items should be buyable by all characters. And now, onto the major problem, and the boards, aka Bowser Time and the boards. This part will be one, as many of the problems I have with the boards come from Bowser Time being frankly lame. Mostly starting with Bowser Time overall, where it's kinda boring, because most of the time it's the boring one that just takes away 10 or 20 coins, and most of the time, like, occasionally on Grand Canal can be annoying because Bowser minigames suck dick in this game, especially the multiplayer ones, as they take so damn long and are boring. Or in Windmillville, where it can essentially just make the main point of the board irrelevant, because why put money into a windmill when it can just be broken? And the only board it works perfectly is Bowser's Enchanted Inferno, because the obvious, but how do we fix this? Well, as a general fix for all the boards, tone down the ones where it's just the ones for the coins, because that one is really boring and sorta just a massive waste of a time where you take a photo and lose money, or the item shop turns into a Bowser shop. And just put a bigger emphasis on the board changing events, which are the highlights of the board, usually, except Windmillville. But now, onto the board and their Bowser's Time, starting with Grand Canal, where this board overall has no problems because the layout is very good, along with the shops and star spaces. But Bowser Time here is pretty bad, with only one main event, which is a problem if you want to have the main ones have more emphasis and a higher chance of appearing. But I have an idea for the main one. Instead of spawning 9 Bowser spaces altogether, it will instead have Koopa Kids set up toll roads on the bridges for that period of time, and refusal to pay will result in no moving. And another Bowser Time involving the 2 boats and 4 canoes, which when this Bowser Time would activate would swap the places, bringing players and items on those spaces, and the stars on them as well, to the other location. I feel like this would be cool, especially with the star space on one of the boats, or bringing players to the wrong junction. And I feel this one rather small Bowser Time would make it better. But now onto Pagoda Peak, where this board is pretty boring because not much happens, mainly because you kind of just walk and there's really not much. And I feel like Bowser Time here could have been really brutal, and with a slight change in the knockdown, which I should say huge thing for Zoomzai for making this map in his video, identifying look in Mario Party 7, link in description. But Bowser Time here sorta worked, and if tweaked on this board to make the upper 2 layers more brutal and removing the shop Bowser Time here, and instead of making it a 33% chance for all the other ones, being the one that take coins, the one that just knocks people down, and the one that destroys bridges. And also adding like a happening space that causes an earthquake to make it more extent, and boom, Pagoda Peak would be better in my opinion like this. And now, Pyramid Park, where, hold on, wait, the layout is good? The Bowser Time here is also good? With the Koopa Kid taking a star? What the? Well, I guess I don't need to do anything here, because, you know, Bowser Time here is good, destroying the bridge or taking a star from first place, and with a good layout, sure, maybe we can tone down the rate of the, you know, first 2 happening, but seeing how that's the general fix, I guess we don't have to do anything here. So now into Neon Heights, Fair? Really? Again? Good layout, and wait a second. It's a ruse. There are minor problems for this board. The rocket happening space should be doable in single player. I don't know why it was restricted to 8-player mode, but it should have been also in single player mode, as well as also Bowser time here. It's great, taking money from everyone to put in a chest, taking a star from first place and putting it in a chest, or putting a star in a chest. Yeah, maybe the basic event happens too often, and I don't know the odds, but if it's not, it should all be a 25% chance of happening, and yeah, overall, nope, other problems. So, moving on to, Windmillville. Now on to a board that's pretty meh, for the Bowser time sucking here, a lot, and making the point of this board rather confused, because this board, firstly, Bowser time being able to destroy the windmills. This is a horrible event that makes buying the windmills risky because the game can just get rid of it at any time. The event should take coins away, but flat out destroying the windmill, because that just makes the best draw on this board, hoarding all the coins till the end, then mad dashing around with movement orbs. And so removing that Bowser time would really help it. Also, this board can get pretty repetitive because players can easily get stuck in a loop of going in the same flower paths, and a possible fix to this is adding a happening space that switches up the order of the flowers, or a botanist Koopa that you pay to do that, which would hopefully make this board less repetitive. And also, same thing as in Neon Heights, make the happening space that needs 2 players from 8-player mode doable in normal mode, because it's really dumb that they just have that thing that needs 8-player mode in the normal one. That just feels like they're taunting you at that point. But anyways, now into the final board, Bowser's Enchanted Inferno, where there are no fixes here because this board has basically no problems, which means now we're on to the last part of the video, the little things. Starting with the jewels. These should have been how they were in Mario Party 6, because being able to get nothing from a jewel is BS. And also, it being dictated by random chance is really dumb. And so you should be able to wager coins and stars, or coin and star, like in Mario Party 6, to make it more fair and not a waste of time, unless it's specifically chosen to be a waste of time when you wager 1 coin. But yeah, make the jewels that were in Mario Party 6 where you wager stuff, because that makes getting stars and coins from the jewels way better, and also you don't waste your time unless specifically chosen to. Now, onto the side modes, which are kinda lame. Pearl Hunt is a game of RNG, and the other modes are also sorta lame. And if I could add a mode, personally I would have a mode where you win by fishing. So after each mini game, you win, you get a bigger net, and 4th place will get the smallest net, and there would just be like a pool of fish, and you have to try to swipe up as many fish as you can with the fishing net in one swoop. But that's just my idea for what they could have done with this mode, because, well, they're on a ship, and so, I'd imagine fishing will be a pretty big part. But yeah, that's just my idea, and if you have any others, just say in the comments. But, anyways, that's the end of the video. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe, and if not, tell me why in the comments, and I'll see y'all later.